Thank you so much for joining us as we take a look at our forecast ahead. Well, we've got a roller coaster ride. We recently had record high temperatures and then we got back down to more seasonable conditions into the start of this week. Now, looking ahead, we're going to be jumping back up into the mid 70s, not in record territory, but we'll get close within about 5 degrees or so for tomorrow. But noticing how we have the temperatures plunging later in the week, and that is due to a cold air mass and a storm system that will tap into that cold, driving it in. Coming with that also comes some interesting weather, which we'll be talking about. Right now, though, very stable and quiet conditions as we have an area of high pressure dominating, bright and dry. A warming trend, though, does lie ahead with, again, mid 70s as we showed you tomorrow and into our Wednesday as well. But we turn colder Thursday as a new storm system moves in. A cold front sweeps through. In fact, it might even be cold enough to support some significant snowfall into our Friday morning, beginning Thursday night. So we'll be watching for that. As we take a look at our forecast temperatures, we've got conditions staying nice and dry. We've got our temperatures down to just under freezing. We'll be at around 32 degrees by the 7 a.m. hour and then building up those temperatures quite nicely with those stronger southwest winds in progress. We'll see some gusts up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour and ramping up more so even into our Wednesday. But that south flow is what's going to hike up our temperatures significantly. So while we'll be seasonable in the morning, noting how we'll be in the mid 70s by the afternoon, the record to beat is 79. So we've got clockwise flow of air around this strong center of high pressure in the plains. That's driving in that southwest flow. That's what's going to keep us nice and mild here in Wyoming, but also under high pressure, we're also very stable. However, out to the north and west, we're tracking a cold front and a storm system that by Thursday will be sinking into the region, bringing in widespread precipitation, much colder temperatures, influencing the type of precipitation that we'll be experiencing too. This is a significant snow threat with the potential of about a half a foot of snow for some locations. I'd say about a 50-50 shot at this point for areas like South Casper, for example. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this as some of our communities may absolutely be impacted by wintry weather later this week. For now, though, it's quiet. We've got nice, clear conditions continuing on for tonight. Not much showing up here as we look at our forecast models, keeping things nice and quiet into the day tomorrow. And as we take a look at our wind situation, we notice how those winds will be ramping up. Note the shift in the wind direction too as we start to see more north flow. That's what's going to be pulling in much colder temperatures later in the week. 29 degrees for tonight, maybe blustery at times. We've got our 20s and 30s expected, and tomorrow we'll be tracking warm temperatures with highs in the mid 70s. Here's our extended outlook, noticing the more inclement weather later this week with a chance for snow. We'll keep you updated.